Dealing with epidemic of suicide. Social media fabricated for you and I. Generational curses looking to ruin lives. I'm just turning up the volume so you inspired. Black America shoot each other, we bury us. And then we turn around and wonder why they scared of us. It takes a whole village just to raise a child. But the position of father seems vacant now. It's only one enemy and he's in the mirror. Go speak what you wanna be in the air. And if it goes left, don't be sour from it. Shake the world when you turning up the volume of it. Word.
April 11, 2016. The date earlier this year when I dropped what many called an extremely controversial video. Partly because it illustrated what a fight would be like between a son and his long absent father, and partly because I chose a pretty provocative caption. This video many viewed across the web even more have witnessed live and arguably the climatic point of our presentation. Sure, the caption was strong, but the impact of fatherless homes, more broadly generational curses, is even stronger. I mean, what is a generational curse anyway? For starters, it's fiercely complicated. Even some scientists have tried to take their stabs at its influences. Take 9/11 for example. Among the thousands of people directly exposed to the attack were 1,700 pregnant women. Some of these women developed symptoms of PTSD. Their children reacted to high levels of fear and stress around loud noises. It seems that their children, although in their mother's womb at the time, later inherited the nightmare their mothers experienced that day. That's 9/11 though. What about the little boy who doesn't learn how to tie his tie because his father never taught him? Who doesn't learn how to cut the grass? Who doesn't know as a young man if it's okay for him to cry or not? I asked this to Keith Williams, father of 5. He answers them and so many more in our interview. Starting off with a very simple question: what is a father?
I think of a father as really, a male figure that's pretty much taking care of someone else, as a protector, as a provider, but more importantly, as someone who is empowering that person to fulfill their own potential.
Can you speak to the relationship with you and your biological father?
One of my earliest memories of my biological father is in an abusive situation, with myself. My sister was a little bit older, and around then, she actually came out, and there were sexual charges, and things that she had been saying had been going on. My parents divorced shortly after, I was born. I didn't see him again until I was like 22. And I ran into him at a car lot. So yeah.
When you went to the car lot and you saw him there, and then when he passed in 2008, were you angry?
I was.
You was. Did you ever forgive him?
Yeah.
So for young men who struggle with forgiveness and anger, is it okay to be angry?
I think anger is okay.
Yeah.
I think that as much as people try to tell people don't be angry, I think anger is a natural emotion. And I personally don't believe in suppressing anything natural, because eventually it evolves into something that's not natural.
Unnatural.
Right? So, anger will turn into rage.
When you began having children, did you run into challenges because of his absence?
Yeah, man. I think a lot of my fatherhood, especially for the first couple years, was just all fear. I was extremely terrified that I would do the wrong thing. I thought I might be overbearing, on my son, and so like when it came to matters of like discipline and stuff like that, it was just always this thing in the back of my mind asking, are you going too far? Are you being too harsh?
Is it okay not to be at a place that can forgive right now? Would that place ever come? Like, when was that moment?
I think everything that's like father-son kind of hits you when you don't have a father. So if it's like, you got a father-son basketball.
Got you.
You're not going to that basketball tournament. You know what I mean? You're not participating in any of those activities. Father's Day is obviously the worst day.
My God.
You know, ever.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
because you don't have anything to celebrate. You just have a reminder of, you know, pain. I would encourage young, you know, men and women in that situation, though, to be active about the healing process. You know, you don't want to just sit around, because then it festers, right? Then you become infected with something that you'll transfer to somebody else, possibly your own kids.
The truth is, some fathers may never get it, and then there are those who might. But the real question is, how do we figure out a way to accept the apology that we may never get? How do we make sure that the decisions of those behind us don't stop us from embracing the great things in our future? A son, a father, a daughter needs to hear this message. Someone needs to be healed. Share this video with the hashtags #TheRealFWord and #TurnUpTheVolume. See you next time.